wewe mnonga vice chairperson habwe bigambo birungi munonga nkebyo tonje tumutera omunga. So minchirize twakire timu ya FMI akobona n'abakuru babase kuje bibagambaho nabo then tubona kwakira CEO no intanda yero nako. So inko wani intandika no kantandike
tunakogera abakozi abuza bananga abakozi ba filimu muri omaso kakwateko mone mu ngalo. Yes, of course, no music, no nazitunda abazikola. Ekitegeera. Yes. Banange fa abazanyi ba filimu abakulembera omulimu guno tuli basanyufu nnyo bwe tulaba ku bantu nga mmwe. Kubanga we mutali filimu industry teriiwo. Muli ba mugaso nnyo, tubawe ebitiibwa, tubaagala nenga Mukama waffe bwagambye. Twetaaga omulimu guno tugukolere mu mateeka. Munange buli lwokolera mu mateeka ne sente ofuna nnyingi. Ne buli lwobeera awo ogamba obusajja buleka bujja sooka oggalewo. Kitegeeza togenda kukola ki? N'ogiraba onoola si bwe busajja obwo. Kati ffe ekituleese wano osooka kubeebaza omulimu gwe mukola. Ekisookera ddala tubaagala nnyo era twagala kati tukole nga mufuna nga tufuna nga neggwanika ly'eggwanga ligenda muki. Era ensonga lwaki Mukama waffe ono wali era bwe mulaba sayidi awo mugamba abalese ne poliisi kati awo bagenda tugamba ati awo moddayo. Tuzze kubagamba kubongera maanyi mwongere okutunda firimu y'omunauganda. Firimu y'omunauganda mwongere okugyagala. Kubanga firimu y'omunauganda yesinga okutunda ensi yaffe, yesinga n'okuteeka ssente mu ggwanika lyaki yeggwanga. Naye lwaki omulimu guno twagala nnyo gubeerewo? Nga maliriza, firimu gwe mulimu gwokka ogusobola okuwa buli munnayuganda omulimu oba ekyokukola. Firimu ng'oyawukanyeeko n'ebirala ebiri mu entertainment industry. Naye firimu ewa omuntu omulimu ng'ali mu lubuto. Firimu ewa omuntu omulimu ng'ali muleeba mu baby. Firimu ewa omuntu omulimu ng'akuze akaddiye. Firimu ewa n'omuntu omulimu ng'afudde. Banga tuzanyisa emiramu, tuzanyisa ebijja. So firimu eno era tusaba gavumenti eyongere okulaba ennyo sekita eno nga esobola okujja eggwanga lino mu katyabaga ka unemployment. So bwe tulaba bakama baffe abali mu mulimu guno gwa firimu nti mu mwasalo ne mugamba katutunde firimu y'omunauganda. Nga UFMI kugenda kwongera bwongezi kubongera maanyi na kulaba nti oli azikola kaafunemu nga gwazitunda naawe okola ki? Kuba ekibaddewo emabega luli ng'azitunda afunamu azikola nga yeekoosa olujjo. Ekyo temukitegedde. Nga azitunda yeeyagala ng'azikola yeeyagula. Kati twagala tubeere ng'azitunda yeeyagala n'azikola yeeyagala. Kati ye UFMI omulimu gwayo olaba ng'ekwasaganya ababiri bano tube nga twagalana nnyo. Mu kifo ky'okuba nti atunda firimu ate mulabe wange azikola, twagala tubeere nga tuli ba mukwano nga tukolera mu mateeka. Ekisemberayo ddala bw'atunda firimu gwagenda otuyamba nga totabana kugenda ku poliisi. Bw'atunda firimu gw'olina okulaba munna atakola biri mu mateeka n'omugamba please Uwestern. Teno mu Uwestern Uganda ebyo tetubikola. Tereza genda mu UFMI ofune license okuli emirimu mu mateeka. Okitegeera kati okuleka ng'oli yatuwalirize nnyo afande n'asooka agamba etteeka likole. Neffe twagala tusooke tukolemu omulimu nga ebyaffe ffe tubikolanga abali mu film industry. Tusobole okugondeza bakama baffe after all nabo bagamba yamba poliisi naye ekole ki? Kati Mukama wange tukuyise ssebo afande okulaga nti tugenda kuyamba. Abatunda firimu bagenda kukola bya mateeka era ogenda kulwawo okulaba emisango emingi kubanga tugenda kwategeeragana bulungi. Katonda abakuume.
Wewe munongo mukuru Katumba Faizo kandi ingira ekibuli omwe yija ategereze gye shaha nibwo twaza kukiikaho gye omu butereevu. So narukundo mpango mwinkize twakire CEO wito omurungi kandi abasize kutufaho munonga ati ndagamba ebingi kabimarayo ezagabo kacyakwa bijja bakumanya sebo kongito abakozi ba film tukumana tumaye ibirungi tukolire kandi tumanya n'emurundi tubisana timu ya federation. So twakira sebo the floor is yours, address the library operator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Katabati, for welcoming us. And I want to take this opportunity greatly, hoping all of us we can hear English, but where necessary, I will also mix in Uganda and Unyakitala. I'm so grateful that today I've moved with the team from Uganda Federation of Movie Industry, which is the topmost management, which has come here to attend to two issues. The first issue is to let you know, as library operators, you are going to pay or obtain a permit to operate in your business regarding audiovisual content that you sell, and also regarding the law that you have heard about, but we want you to understand it. That's why we want, and that's why we have come to make you aware. Many of you hear about copyright and neighboring rights law. Others think about their neighbors at home when you hear about neighboring rights. But today, we want to answer your questions. We want to also let you know the law. Then the second thing is also to answer any query or any question that you have been having, or I would say you have been living maybe in ignorance and other people have been exploiting you without knowing. That's the purpose we are here. And I wanted, as a CEO of Uganda Federation of Movie Industry, I didn't want only the Secretariat to come and attend to these two major causes. That's why I requested my board, the top management of Uganda Federation of Movie Industry, represented here. Our top chairman is Ragadi. Most of you know him. He's a celeb in this country. So he's the chairman of Uganda Federation of Movie Industry, and he has been represented by his vice, Chairman Nawiso Matthew. And I've moved with the team also which supported his presence here. I moved with Director Faizo, Director Semanda, Director Chinene, and we are 4, yeah. So those are the major directors whom I've moved with. Then I moved also with a group of representing publishers of movies. The one of Chinayu Movies represented is Mr. Dan Chigundu. Then another one representing Zoom Ventures. You may be hearing about their publishing houses, but those are the ones who have picked their application for UFMI to recognize them in the field that they're giving people the right content. And we are waiting upon others also who are intending to be publishers to also come and pick applications for us to recognize them. Because why do we recognize publishers or distributors? Because we want to know the content that the content they're using or distributing is authentic, or it flows in the context of the law. We don't want people to just come from the sites and begin to distribute. We have received a lot of complaints. That's why, as UFMI, we are putting up we have put up a policy, and our policies align with the laws of this country. We don't want people to go there in the field that are distributors or publishers, and most of them use our name as recognized by UFMI. That's why the policy of UFMI is saying every publisher or distributor, let's know you, apply, and also share your information with UFMI for us to know you. Not that you just go in the field and say, UFMI emanyi, era tuli wano, tugaba license za copyright. So these are the questions I want us to ask, and the questions I want us to answer. We want to know who UFMI is and who is a distributor or a publisher. So before we go there, I want us to understand what UFMI stands for, or what UFMI does. UFMI is a collective management organization that has been given mandate, first of all, from the filmmakers. These include producers, performers, and actors of any sort of movie or film. And those also who create their content, which is audiovisual. For example, TikTok, TikTokers, the bloggers, they are also falling in our category. So they are under UFMI, so which is a collective management organization. And where do we get the permit to license you, video operators or film users in this nation, Uganda? Our power or our license, we got it from URSB. URSB is Uganda Registration Services Bureau, which gave us a license to assist collectively the filmmakers and the video makers to license the users of content which is in their category, and also collect the money that is gotten from licenses and distribute to them every time you collect. So as UFMI, those are our major mandate. Then on top of that is also to manage the copyright of our members. You may be a member registered or a member who is not registered. For us, we go out and license everyone using content until that one who is not registered also register, because we are going on holding or we have launched countrywide recruitment drive to see that we recruit all creators in the category of audiovisual. Even musicians follow, those who produce music that has videos, that they are falling under this CMO, which is Uganda Federation of Movie Industry. So we are going around doing sensitization, answering questions, and recruiting members. Why are we doing this? You see, in Uganda, we have been lagging behind. We have been doing things informally, and we have been taking things for granted. That's why we cry that we are poor, Uganda is poor, and yet we have intellectual mind. That's why we are here protecting the intellectual of the creator. A person who has spared time to create his product using the head. That's what they call copyright. If you have sung a song, if you have produced a film, or any sort of content which has moving pictures, that is time created, time spent to create it. So if we encourage you to go ahead to create, then we encourage those who use it to also pay for what has been created. And all this we are doing to build, we are building a network or ecosystem for us to develop as a country. Why? We want to create jobs for the youth. So you who is using content as a video library operator, be mindful in as much as you are getting profits in your business. Be mindful also of that creator who created what you are gaining from. Let that creator, a producer or a performer, also gain from what you are trading in, such that the cycle continues. Let's not dry. You see, I was yesterday giving somebody a scenario of rain. When rain forms and it drops down, unless it evaporates again when it shines and it goes back, there will be no more rain. So the ecosystem that we want to build, and we want us to be as one, unite, and make money. The issue is making what? Money without disturbances. But how do we work without disturbances? First of all, man is surrounded by laws. Even from childbirth, the law gets you. First, when you are born, they say, get a birth certificate. That's the law. Even when you don't know anything on the earth, they say, get a birth certificate. So how about when you have grown, you're above 10 years, 18, and you are doing business? Why do you go ahead to open business and begin to trade without getting any certificate or any license? So those are the things I want us to know, that as we are in this world, we are surrounded by the laws. Even that some laws which are by default, law of gravity. Whether you want it, you cannot jump up and stay there. It will bring you down. So the same thing, governments or states or nations across, they have laws that they operate in. That's why we are here. Good enough, the coordinator has coordinated very well to see that we are going to talk about the laws. Then the laws, there are those who keep them. Order and the law. And who are those? It's the police. I want to appreciate DPC for your presence. Thank you for hearing our call, and you have come, you have represented the custodians of the law, and I believe we are going to work together. Of course, DPC, I know you. We have operated here before, and we are going to cooperate again to see that there is cooperation and compliance. And this time, as a CEO of UFMI, I've gone ahead to tell video library operators and any other user that let's not use force. Let's work together. Let's comply. These things are good, and we can gain. We can do business together. As you do, we encourage the production. Even yourselves, you can begin to produce. What you need is money. You can become a producer. There are many producers who were video library operators. So let's not see ourselves as enemies. When you hear about UFMI Chikumi, when you say drone of UFMI, that's it. So I want us not to have that. When you see UFMI drone, just even prepare chairs and prepare some tea for us. And you say, let's discuss business. What next now? Because let's build this country. And why am I talking this? I want us to, first of all, appreciate this nation and the government of Uganda, mostly the president of Uganda, who is too mindful to see that the youth get jobs, to see that the youth create wealth. And he went ahead to consider the artists. Way back, there was no one thinking about an artist being given support financially. But last year, government came out and gave us money, a revolving fund to support artists, and where you also fall. And he went ahead to say, let them also create circles and give them money, such that they borrow. For example, Uganda Federation of Movie Industry is there, and there is Western Uganda Filmmakers Circle. There is also a national one also, which is Uganda Audiovisual Artists Circle. You can join these circles and save as you borrow. Most of you need to have screens which can be put outside in the evening, such that you attract people, you advertise trails of films, such that people come and buy. Don't sell like a thief. Show what you sell, display, and encourage people to come and buy. And all this, we are going to work as one. So I encourage you to join this network, and you also benefit from this revolving fund of artists. You are part of artists. You can also enter any circle of artists and borrow money, because you are selling the works of artists, and you are also intending to be artists. We have seen VJs who have come from video operations. They are now creative. They add a voice to a film and somebody enjoys. Unlikely they go on to translate films without permission. But that was ignorance. So we want to say that is the past. Past is a past. So let the past be the past, and we begin from where we are. That's why I'm saying, let's begin to align ourselves. We clean our houses first by being sensitized, by asking questions to know what to do next. That's why we are here. We have other people are saying, but you are coming and arresting people without sensitizing. We have not arrested anyone. We never sensitized. We have not arrested anyone. We never warned. If you have seen us arrest anyone, we have warned twice, thrice, even 4 times. But it is them who invited us, that if you are coming next time to us, come with police, then we shall comply. And that's what we have done. But if we have come to you first and you say, let's work together. I know I have some makona, but I can quit laser. That's the thing we want from you. And that's why we have said, let no one arrest anyone in Western Uganda. And I want you to believe with me and accept that. Do we believe? Do we accept it? Let no one arrest no one in Western Uganda because you have failed to comply with the copyright law. Can we put that a full stop? Let's say no to piracy, and let's trade in rightful content, legal content. Buy Uganda, build Uganda first. No one elsewhere first gets things from any other country and promote other countries without promoting their own. Even Jesus himself, this Jesus that we talk about and we preach about, this Jesus wasn't sectarianism, wasn't a sectarianist. But he said, this guy was coming from heaven. But when he was leaving, he told his disciples that, guys, before you go to Samaria, before you go to any other place, begin with Jerusalem. So library operators and any other user of audiovisual content, to mention but a few, hotels, broadcasters, restaurants, and bars, please, let's begin with Uganda first. Let's build Uganda, then we go to others. Why do we promote other cultures and we forget our own culture? What is the culture of Ronyatara? Do you know your culture? You don't know your culture. It's because you are embracing the foreign culture and even selling that culture almost for free at 200 shillings. Today I have come here politely to warn you that let no video library possess any content that violates the laws of this land. Copyright law is one of the laws of this land. And I want to emphasize that let no one violate the laws of this land. Let's respect our own laws. You are the ones who vote these MPs of ours to go to parliament to make laws, and they are making good laws. There is no law that is bad. Again, when the law comes to you, when it is heavy, you begin to again run to the MP or a councillor. So tuyambe ufmi baze bajja kubuuza baze kukola ki. So naye bw'obeera ng'olikola birungi bajja kugamba genda mu maaso obawaabire nga bakuyisiiza ki bubi. Naye bw'obeera ng'okoze bibi bajja kugamba omenye ki etteeka. So let's promote Ugandan contents. Ugandan filmmakers have made a lot of films. They have lacked market and are crying of market. They are disturbing the government that tunonyera akatale. But the government cannot come from up there and look for money for katale for films. Even your councillors, mayors cannot look for the market for filmmakers. But it is you who are in the market to make the market good and everyone enjoys. Well, let's be friends. As the representatives of our members, I encourage that we promote Ugandan content first. It's not a must, but let it be a choice. Let's choose to. No one forces you, but let's choose intentionally to promote our content. If you go to China, you rarely see other contents. And Chinese, no one is complaining of poverty. They just produce their content. Government has built a system where every filmmaker, once their content goes to the market, they get their monies on their apps. Their work is to just wake up, produce, and upload. So this is the same we are doing together with government. Government has seen the challenges, and as UFMI, we engage the government, and the government has given us a grant. Government has given us even support to build a digital collection management system that is going to support all of you, even users, the members, the producers, to register their works and register themselves. Also you, a user, also to pay for your license without anyone reaching you. So these disturbances that you have been having, we are going to see them as no more. Soon, government has put in serious billions to build that system. And I believe by the end of this year, that system will begin to work. And you will not have these videos which you have been seeing. So let's get ready. Let's get organized. There is nothing that moves without organization. Do you see these cars? They have different parts, but when they are put together and they stay focused, they move miles. That's why we are here as UFMI. I will not talk so much. We shall continue to interact. But I want to say, we have come here to learn, to sensitize, and to answer questions. DPC is here representing government. We are also here as UFMI. We represent partly government because we are regulated by government, and the UFMI is the only CMO given a license to license all users of audiovisual content. No one claims that they give a license to you. Their work is to give you content. It's UFMI who gives you a license. It is UFMI who enforces where there is mismatches of the law. So those are the things we wanted to come to you and clarify the differences that people have been asking questions. Who is UFMI? Who is UCC? Who is URSB? Those things. URSB is a regulator of CMOs. In Uganda, we have 3 CMOs. We have for music, we have for film, we have for books. For music, it is called UPRS. For books, it's called URO, Uganda Reproduction Rights Organization. And for film is Uganda Federation of Movie Industry. Those are the only 3 CMOs so far registered and licensed to do the work that supports their members in collections of royalties, distribute to them, and also protect their copyright. So let no one say we are competing with UFMI, we are also licensed to do this. No. You go and check with the laws, copyright law. These days, we have smartphones, we have Google, we have AI. Consult before you reach us to have a difference, to know the difference of these organizations. So I encourage you to comply. I encourage you to obtain license. Today we have come with licenses for those who paid. And those who want to pay, we can grant you today licenses, and you go and sort yourself. Our license, when we give you, we don't encourage you to sell infringing materials or pirated materials. We tell you that if we come to inspect, because we have inspectors also, we have licensing officers as well as inspectors. So when time comes for inspection and we find any infringing material, when you have obtained the license, we shall cancel that license, arrest you, take you to court, and remember, the new law has been just signed, which covered the gaps which we were suffering before the principal law. The law says, when we get you infringing on any copyrighted material, we take you to court, you are prosecuted, and you pay 50 million as fine in court. And that 50 million you are not paying to UFMI, but you are paying to government. Or imprisonment of 10 years. You go and cultivate in Kasese for government because we need food. So for 10 years, if you don't have 50 million, you will cultivate, and after finishing, you go back and do your businesses at home. Or you may get both 50 million and 10 years. That means you will sweat. Why don't you sweat now? To pay only a license of little money, and also to be careful not to fall a plea. And by the way, the law doesn't know the poor or the rich or the dead. Even when you are dead, when you have already committed a crime, they will bring you to court. No one will bury you until you solve your problems on earth. So I want us to be careful with the laws. Don't think UFMI is a Tony thing, shauri yako. No, it is a clear thing formed by the law, given mandate by the owners of the rights. Why? Because they can't come to you, Chinomu, one by one to say, I want a license. Would you manage them? If Chairman Nawiso comes to you, then tomorrow, Director Chinene comes to you. Then tomorrow, Director Faizo comes to you. Will you manage them? You will stay closing your shop and hide, and you will not supply films to other people. But collectively, they came together and said, government, give us license. Let UFMI help us. So that's why we are here as UFMI. We are not the owners, but we are given mandate. We are the agents, and we act like the owner. So we represent not only Ugandans, but also foreigners. So let no one say UFMI is for Bina Uganda. No, we also represent others, whereby Uganda has signed agreements and treaties with other countries in the UN codes like WIPO. So let's observe the laws, let's do the right thing, and let's do business. They think business means money. When you talk about doing business, let's not just say tetufunamo, and yet you are continuously opening the shop. Let's do it. I beg to stop here for God and my country. Thank you.
Reka tumonjero engaro zamani asiyo webare pereza gambo birungi munonga kandi bikutombeka basima. So mwinchize nkora announcement nkibiri abakwenda kuzaro nko ninga short corridor ni hali anyuma haliya kandi kino wifi yaha mutakaza mukaba board no tappinga wifi mwaza mezeri mbabisa kwa yamba chikwatagena wifi. Then as we continue tukubabuza nebibuzo ni oriyo no communicating ebwasige nyuma tukona mushemeribwe rujungu abarwingi nitufunza funzemu orinyanko timwabihurira we are coming there. Infringement means kujanga no kulise iya jo muntu otine permission yeye ninga sho otino sagweye wachi kwataona kwa sebe tujo muntu otino sagweye yo infringement on one's copyright. So munchize shaheji wachire ibuze video okoko mbaka gorere kubaninga wachire ibuzo tubicumita aho bashija tugende kine mitimbe gorukire kandi aho nyone nabanze no kubuza ufmi timu yone ryani mbabuza ikibuzo nkakimwe bine mu groups zaba publishers ezo kugenda zikusiba abantu zijazi n'abapolisi babiri naje na polisi babiri azara iburo yo muntu amwiba sente amujatinza kwa films na film tazimwire aconfiscatinga n'ibintu dgeye so tinkumanya reported tuzigambo tukuzihayo tinkumanya imwe ka federation ni CMO muzinire dagarachi akwabashije no kubeta ngo uje mu babugane ni barabira bwasheshe niyo batwara laptop yanje batwara disk yanje banyihe mitwara 5 banyihe 10 kandi no munakabinja akubwa license ya ufmi emutakagabira na araka papura kariho ufmi ahandikaho mitwari 10 abarumu n'amazina tinagagambe for maybe batakankwata impersonation kunka aho bashira bintu bujurizi nato bagiwani so negyo bibuzo kanshabe twakire bibuzo mu audience then tugumizemo tuzakubanza twakire bibuzo nka 5 babigaruke mu twakire bindi okwenda kubuza umwe wo akatubanza ko mushijo azogambe umuntu kugira ngo bakore Burundi ikamisho gambe bakore Burundi ni ku mayiro kandi abo kubuza bashanga no manko rujungu uruganda bigitagite kugira ngo abantu bifuro basa kuraki nabo ko kugaruka tukona
zebade mbuza nti oli wekina Uganda noli ewafe babaddeyo abasajja bagamba nti balodi zikona ate wano mugambye ndino byonna biri wamu obanga njogedde bubi na mwamtabichenga binja bakumanyoni nyankwa uitari y'abantu bayimba kwata abantu nato owanje nyene bargaho ba nona asagana weze mutwari 10 ngo road zikona ati echambuza buza rais yasaje bibara mpeni yeje ningeje ryo kwayo nabaye baryo kwabo niceje cyanje
webere munongo senteze washashura kine kibakwereza
atire kibamba
kine kibakwereza wabaye sente cyonga tine kibakwereza
nabahereza bampromise kugira ngo bakurete
bakureta kigenda utuyire bije kintu bakureta bintu cyo washashura ebi washashura tibabikora okay batwata ondizo kata uko kumshajire yerogo bakwa receipt sebo bamwa receipt konga tubamwe ya receipt eri ya shashura okay tubachura ondizo ese wenyuma
amazina ndi yaikayo Bowazi kandi nka MK Praise ndiyo mweshongozi kandi nyine library. So now ati nyonko bwiro bunamaro munankejo mu library kino muntu ayamburize kina Uganda shona akireba. So now niza honyebuza abeti binece cya ufmi batiriho measures kugira nti ba promoting ibintu byabo then twatunga ba customer abakwija kubigura because yo nindeba nti nimwe mukandi mutufunamo ituhatine tukufunamo kandi tino muntu akwenda gukora business atakwenda kufunamo ati for example nkabanyakitara nibaza kushoza omuzano ushanga gwine demand y'abantu which of nti ebyebe na Uganda ebindi hariho demand yona kandi icyo turede nkanyonde rede cooperating nimwe gukora buri kimwe kikwetagise konka batutera measures hakurebeka nti nitwe mwabituhereza twayize gushishura ka sente kitu nitwe twatunga abantu abarisho gura mu visa bwe bare mnonga
bwe bare cyo twashashira katwakiro gusa
bwe bare sebo banyeta bara no gumwe mu abasibo katandika kushobora hebe na Uganda eriye kumina kandi mbishopi ngo wakagwa aho Kampala akisenyi basitame so owiro we hiza mu paru inyizuka so batandika kutukaka kugura ebintu ebirengere capacity yawe I remember nkagura hebe na Uganda y'emitwaro 80 yankwata tuyo twetegerezana so konkesha nyambere market yakwata natandika kufuna ba customers twabire tuyaho hiza hatahamu ogumadamu bambagamba so batuzuruga basango inebi na Uganda whatever mu bisanguremu I deleted all this
madamu haro skona
na deleting all the stuff so hati twabire tuyaho ngwa aha kandi kina Uganda mugarike mu kigaro mu computer mugure umuntu yizo umugura kwereze ndagano kandi garaka kugarura heri ya market already wihiroho ati cyatu numutubona bonesa mazima abantu bebe na Uganda some of us we are ready to comply onka tukayenzere mu turistingere umuntu wa library asemirire kubana akora ki naki dena akatunda wakanya wani icya kabiri basi mwana wanje Gerard n'abandi abebe na Uganda ahabwa kino mutorohoze sangu filmu etakorire mu Buganda kina Uganda numwiza kigira ati nyine filmu yo munyankore atumwenda kutorohoze sangu icyo kina Uganda anyo umuntu yetegereza yanje kandi nyetegereza filmu yone iri kuzanwa inside Uganda ubani Karamoja ubani Toro iyo munya Uganda nibenye kina Uganda konka bwati kumutwikaho mutakutuguza nka filmu ezani ngo mu Uganda nwenda mutukake kugira ngo ze ndize zimwasanga twine z'abanya Uganda nahabwekeze zandigo mu Central Region izoba z'abanya Uganda
yoho wakoze reke
stiru umfirde birumu no kubabuza ntiwajyoti nyinezi konka bakwereka ngo utaguzire gito yine kina Uganda mwebari
okay wabere mnonge kizubo cyawe twacura hatungeyo nko mweze nibagaruke mebuze tugatunge sete ndije ekambanze nugogwe owenyuma zeni ni orashembe yes
abantu kababuze ibibuzo bakawandike
okay okay
webare munonga nanyenda kubuza ekibuzo nka kimwe cyonka twena nto operating businesses konko nyanyeta kushana ariho mu cyaro ariho mu town konka ine konko amusetinga rose zanyu nko kori yagizire ngo ekiragyo tukaniso umuhoro no mugiga uwo mutawuni numuza kumukaka ebinyarwanda by'emitwaro 2 let's say no mu cyaro uri kumara wiki ibiri ataguruza nenda ngo mu mukaka by'emitwaro 2 so how numubasa kutuyamba muta kugira ngo mwatanisa omuntu wamufuna mpora na nuru kufuna munonga mwamu leta izo packages zanyu
webaresebo otagiye gukankubuza akabuzo kake noho umuntu akukaka ibyo bintu ebyo ni ufmi ninga niba publisher
ate nkoku abagamba
wakutugambira tereze na example umuntu no wakuforcing ebyo
nkoku abagamba barga yiguru nanye ayiho abantu agakuba bampikirire abinta kumanya mbarga nkai as long as we receipts unazariya za computer babitera I don't know akija tinyende mitwara 2 untu mushauri yokanta kora no kuri mu bikaninguza filmemu atunotekwa kuzuvugura atkande cyakando ni kuri nebyo kiki neki so ekikwatene nubahi obachi abafere bari mbingi abekikecho
okay wewe mnunga kandi kwaze kugamba abantu mu wayi no bujuzo ko butereze nico myeteraho bashiramanya kumara abisinsire muzagarukana ki nabiyo we bwino ugiteka ameza federation edga barebe umubazo go barakoze konkora akora to kasinsina hereze kuzamba ko bakwiciro inene nebihandiko katwakira go mushari yarubajwanye yaguma nankirigita nawe
yabare Mr President yabare aba library abakuruza film timu yanje mu bice mikono timu abempiro mu bice mikono kamutinire mwijabake musasire mare second zayiguru hariho timu mwami ufmi wariho timu nga Western Uganda Film Producers je turi mu kukora eyo timu je turi mu kuselectinga mu Western yona nagenda okututundira kina Uganda waliwo abantu kalenga ne roads kona tabatuseko kubabba naye tebagala kina Uganda nze ku mulimo gwanje ne ofisi yange je nkulira abantu nandisabye bave mu katale barekere timu eyo je tugenda okcreatinga ko okukola emirimo ja Uganda batambuze Uganda ni content ekyo kisoka kyembasaba wakuba kati batono naye kati nakaweza ntuse Kamwenge ntuse Kazo ntuse Rusere kati ngenda kutandikira wano ngende eisinjiro naye kati nakaweza abantu nsa bagenda mu kinana so singabona kinana baze singa temwafunye je mubateeka naye buli omu abeera n'ebizibu bye mu field nagenzeeyo okutereeza omulimo gwa ufupa sagenzeeyo nga distributor kubanga nagezaako nga distributor nekigaana kati ngenzeeyo okutereeza omulimu nga bwe tufumba tubaako ne abajjula bano bwe bajjula emmere ba consumers baffe ne bagirya sandi tudde wane ngo officer okulaba emirimu gyaffe gifa tegirina katale kontenti yaffe fiira wano so bimu ku bibuuzo bimu ku bintu babikweka naye nze amannya gange amatuufu yenza amazima gonka sitya sikweka obweddanga sinaba kulokoka n'okkuba nali nkuba n'olwekyo engeri gye sitya omuntu aleeta emivuyo mu katale kaffe wakamera nkutte bulungi bamuyita Roads Corner ne timu ye gye yasomesa ebiragiro ebifu ne bagenda mu Western Uganda nga babba bantu Mr DPC nsanyisa okusanga wano mulezi wange owerubindaliwa eyampitidde oyo omusajja kansala ewaabwe ye yayise DPC wano era mbadde njagala okutuuka wali
sokodde kalika statement osaka Roads Corner
ngambye Roads Corner ne timu ye bebajja wano mu Western Uganda n'ebiragiro byabwe ebifu ne babba abantu baffe aba library so si muntu mulala bano abasajja batya nnyo batya ebiduduma ne bitaduduma naye nze sitya oba kiduduma oba kyogera kigenda kunsangera nja kikuba bagambye nali nkuba oba mu mateeka oba mu live kati awo wenkomye. So bana abasajja n'abatali wano okumpi bonna basisinkanye ekizibu kimu kya Lord's Corner ne timu ye. Mu timu eyo waliwo akasajja bakayita Robert Mukamanyi, Richard, waliwo akalala bakayita batya simanyi. Obusajja obwo Mr. DPC mbadde njagala okubunoonya naye nga njagala ntandikire wano ku regional level yaffe. Mbumanyi n'ebyebukora mbimanyi era obujulizi bwenkunganyiza ndowooza bumala okubakwata bateeke mu kkomera Mr. DPC ne ufmi CEO ne chairman. So tewaliyo bano bayinza okutya okuleeta obujulizi naye bannange nze nabo bajjeko mpola nga temumanyi nti ngenda kubayambako nsibe embuzi ezo. Ziyita ki? Mbuzi. Bebakola bifu batta omulimu gwa producer mu Uganda yona, batta omulimu gwaffe, batta mwe kati owulidde ono Brian kyayogedde yali aguze ebina Uganda olina agent bijjemu bibire nyini. Kati nze bwengenda mu field nga nyina filmu zange nsitunda mutwaro n'omutwaro bw'araba sina forcing him or her to buy agamba awo naali safe nze sigenda kugula omutwaro ogwo. Nawe mutwaro 2 babaweereza ssente era byonna balina obujulizi wano naye bwenfunye bumala. Ne kati nakava kyensama omusajja baatutte kompyuta ye era Lord's Corner team temugiza ngenda banoonya temugizaayo. I want to find you mbasibe ne kompyuta eyo. Mr. DPC ne ufmi chairman ne board muwulidde. Bano batta business yaffe mu kifo ky'okugjayo omusolo bakyata business banoonya byawo. So nina obujulizi obumala mu video mu audio ne mbupapira. N'olwekyo baganda baffe temufaayo abatono abali wano tugenda kubalwanako. Nze nabagambye ku WhatsApp eri simanyi obwedowoozi lyange lituuse. Bwe baba baagala tebabakwatako basooke bamukubirira wano akalulu. Basooke bakunganye producers abankubira akalulu nali muli. Bajje banzije mu office. Ekitali ekyo. Nga CEO bwagambye tewakyaliwo omuvuyo mu Uwestern. Brother, okkiriza. Wamana nakugamba kyagala mivuyo ya filimu mu Uwestern. Ekyo kiwedde. Yali akolagana nabo naye bwe musanga nga akolagana nabo naye agenda kugenda nabo. Sibalimba. Oyo mutabani wange oyo. Yes. Bwe nsanga nga okyakolagana nabo eri ekyensama gye nvudde nasanzeyo obukwakulizo obukugamba nti wali mu motoka. Bw'obanga tewaliimu fine. Bw'obanga waliimu ogenda nabo. Ndowooza sirimba. Yes, nze ngenda kuyimirira oba ufmi kwera bateriyo naye nkimanyi eri mu mabega temugiraba. N'olwekyo bakama bange emivuyo egyo simanyi oba mu bifo ebirala gyebiri naye mu Western kisusse muwulidde omusajja agambye nakati gye bali babba abantu. Babaweereza receipt. Abasooka tebabaweerezanga na receipt. Ebipapula mbirina. Abo bagenda kufa bwereere tebagenda kufuna. Naye mu linnya lya Katonda omulamu tugenda kulaba nti Lord's Corner ne timu ye ekwatibwa Mr. DPC nakati ne bw'owandiika omusango ne tugenda mu field ne tukwata abantu abo. Era bw'oba oyagadde ssebo, I'm coming to your office right now nga tumaze meeting ndope ne timu yonna tulina obujulizi obumala tukwate abantu abo bave mu field ya Western Uganda. Muwulidde bannange? Mutegedde bannange? Mr. Nabwiso mpulidde? Ndowooza wali tomanyi. Obankomaawo. Ebya poliisi ufmi egenda kubinyonyola naye kambyogereko katono. Abapoliisi abatwalibwa mu field ono tiimu ye bw'atuuka ku DPC oba OC station byamugamba si byakola eri. Ate n'ekirala Mr. CEO ne Nabwiso n'alabeko ka posta wali mukyala Lord's Corner nga okuhamiriza niki akatiriza nti alina license yalina olukusa okusorooza license. So echo chairman techandi mazebanga nga tochikubye
bagenda kukitereza
mu kirongose mangu akakyala ako katuba ekirala nandisabye UCC teriko wano muwandike mangu ebaluwa mukitwalire UCC ejjeko roads corner license gye yamuwa olwonga agenda mukomera batabani be nga bagenda mukomera yamanyi byagenda okubajja agivueko license kubanga bwajja ku poliisi bana ba poliisi tebabitegeera abalaga UCC license ego bla 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 katwagala kunonya byaffe bwe batuukayo bakola biri bwe batuuka eri kati laptop ekoze eki omusajja batute laptop eruhumba narwanira omusajja ne bamudiza laptop baba bazitwalira ki so ebyo byonna bigenda kuggwako kemuze mu meeting eno era neyo yenna bangamba ono mukwano mutabani wange oyo ne Richie Ibanda kubanga kilomita 5 munda nga library yeriyo yokka roads corner ne batabani be bayinza batyo kugenda eyo kilomita 5 munda nga ye library yokka eyikuva ku Kagongo okugenda munda. How do they know? So ebyo byonna ngenda kubirwanyisa oba nina police oba sigiina kubanga nze nabagambye obu oluusi bibeera bingi era kyeneerabidde byonna bigenda kuggwa nze nabagambye ku tiimu yaffe bigenda kuggwa temutya neyaziza nnyo
webere mukuru amazima gonkara ubeni kandi aha kiri abandi yes ogogo mushira ya ruga hari munonga rukunjiri yes
nana these road corners nshasuro agokoba imumuru jangu road corner ongera ngobwo one bakabize bayanzura na ba road corner onke cha nyambere cha what saved me my computer was off bajamu bazagaru kandi umugaru katibiza kaba road corner biza kabumi kisasaba biza wenga Quando mukama anjisore kungana ocheruka ngukafu bona tinyebuza ati neje sawa roads ono witwa baba madamu yaza kuntera ngo bamushiko ati sasoro wakati leko tuli kwenda kumanya kandi tusasore zinga. That's my question.
Ubazire
okay webare hata zori ya mchara ajechi agambaho representing abacyara zeni bagaruke membuzo gyanyi batakagera kona indeo mwatanika kugamba tunoshaka munyokisha
mwebare mnonga mwenu ekibuzo cyanje kiringu aha movies zeze binyankore
attention katurikizo mucyara ryagamba azogamba munonga tukure nyabo
batshobore movie eiba kwenda tube twino mu computer y'Kinyankore ne hayona eyechi na Uganda ahabo kubita twine aba bakashango they are high demanded omuntu tokubasa kuronda movie okajita mu computer ori kumara ukweze mutataka jikuburuza okwezi no mwaka no guhu mutataka jiburuza netwara space kandi nibakora movies zukuremera munonga omwe cyanga neremera 20 ojita mu computer mara ukweze mutataka jiburuza bekorere market y'abacyaro nekinyenda kumanya nibahabashime kubona bakorera marketing bamanya ngo umuntu yarwo kwisingiro munda namanya abantu nanda movies zabo because those people market themselves abanyakitara umuntu naga kuri yakubuza bashowize ngo umuntu kuza kureta movie otakumana bakuzutunda kusi tubakubamanya we are not the one concerned marketing your movies so mutishobodo nitwata ku marketing movies zanyu ninga nitu mwebare mnonga.
Okay mwebare munonga kandi mwebare no kubuze guzo burunjo nkebyo
marketing
katurizane kizakugera sente ndijo kubabu yo kwakira guzo ryanyu so munyikirize twaromisha go kwakira timu ya ufmi yo base kugaruka mu mwa bibuzo ryanyu then tubone ko yongera mwebare munonga please katurizane orujungu rucendere
sebo
mixing Uganda na
Uganda. Okay, akatukozese Uganda fena tululira. Nze ensonga yange sigenda kunyonyola bingi wabula ekizibu kyensanze tetunategeera UFMI kyeki kati kankibanyonyole mu lulimi lwe muyinza okutegeera obuki. UFMI girabe nga KCCA mu kibuga. KCCA nedduuka. KCCA kuwa license naye tekuwa byotundira muki wangi. KCCA ekuwa license to operate nti awo otaddewo ki wabula license yo operating ki naye si yakuwa bunga bwoteka ki wangi. UFMI yeyina license, it is the CMO mu Uganda yonna okukkiriza gwe okoperatinga library oba otundira mu firimu z'abazungu bokka because CMO yaffe ya audio and visual ekifaananyi n'eddoboozi ekifaananyi neki muntegedde. So UFMI girabe nga KCCA for mandate yaffe kukuwa license to operate. Bwe mala kuwa license to operate you have to look for the bintu byogenda otundira mu dduuka lyo erya library wangi tutegedde. Obuvunaanyizibwa bwa Ladies Corner gwe mwogerako awo we bujjira yayina kukuwa kintu kyotundira mu ki so olukusa olwopaleetinga munfunye bulungi si yakuwa olukusa olwopaleetinga edduuka wabula yatunda obuwunga bw'osuubula mu kikuubo talina kubukukaka. Omuntu bwe mmala okuteekawo edduuka lyange wangi nze amanya nti kati ntunda byatika byokka ntunda kikola ki wabula kati wanansobi wejjira lwaki UFMI efaayo nnyo. Look here, our vision to empower creators, promote local content. Lwaki buli atudde wano olina muganda wo tomanyi wajja abeera alabika azannya ekina Uganda. Bw'ogenda China tebalagaayo bina Uganda, bw'ogenda Nigeria tebalagaayo bina Uganda, bw'ogenda India tebalagaayo biki. Lwaki library ate esinga mu byabwe. Buvunaanyizibwa si bwanenzeko wa UFMI wabula naawe wa library kikwatako kuba eriyo muganda wazannya firimu anaasasulwa atya producer ono nga gwe totunze firimu ya kina Uganda tukuggyeko royalty ne muganda wakole ki asaso. It's the cycle. Gwe promoting naawe kina Uganda osobozese muganda weyo gw'otamanyi azannya firimu wabula kati ndowooza kati UFMI tugitegedde mubadde mu confusing Ladies Corner yaani na UFMI yaani. Ladies Corner talina kakwate na UFMI wangi atunda bibye ye gyamanya gyabigula kati kambayo nyere Ladies Corner gyatya singa omukulu nakeera kumakya n'agula firimu wangi Ladies Corner ajja n'agimugulako n'afuna obwanna kati ne Ladies Corner ye wa business abalina nnoonya wagitunda agitunda wa agiguza gwe wangi kati kumpaga simpa kati guteekeddwa kubaki omuntu ng'akuleetera omuceere eriyo kayiso eriyo supa eriyo n'omulala gwe mumanyi gw'oli wadde embuggulo ogutambula tonkaka supa nga wange basinga gula ki oba muntegedde lwaki ki obwo si buvunaanyizibwa bwe obwo si buki ate UFMI ekirina tuli ffenna wabula wakwatira weewano wabula kambanyonyole wakwatira singa Ladies Corner aba yagula firimu eyitibwa ekyali mu ssabo nga yalina contract yaayo wabula najja mu library yo n'akusaba consent ya firimu eyo ng'olaga nti wagigula ng'olina certificate yaayo nga togirina awakwatirawo naffe tetugenda kuwolereza olw'ensonga olina okugula firimu eyo mu maki y'ensonga kati kankibanyomera mu lulimi olwangu singa ngula essaati eno ne batampa lisiiti senga nyiri edduuka ajja nagamba nti essaati yange baagibbye ne tukusanga nayo netugamba baba nenagigula tukubuuza lisiiti yaayo muntegedde bw'oba tolina lisiiti ya ssaati eyo automatically wagibba buki
bubbi mutegedde obuvunaanyizibwa bwa Ladies Corner ye kukwata ekyo kye yasuubula kikuguze bweba tolina olukusa lwakyo wabula talina obuvunaanyizibwa kugamba nti okoperatinga wano olina ofuna layisinsi wange amaanyi gakoma ku kino kyotundira mu kompyuta yo kati amakulu gali bwe gati naye nga kikye Ladies Corner talina lukusa lukwatira ku kina Uganda ekya Zoom talina obuvunaanyizibwa bukwatira ku kina Uganda ekya kina yu lwangi lwansonga lwaki bangi akatale k'ebyobusuubuzi abasuubuza baki buli muntu aleeta konteyina yo okuva e China tuli fenna Ladies Corner publisher ayina bibye n'oyo ayina ebyo n'oli ayina ebibye tuli fenna avunaanyizibwa kuzize nga yezera bajjeewo mubuuze ayina oba ne lisiti ya firimu ezo zalaga nti yazikola ki yazigula senga akunenya ku firimu ate nga gwe wagigula ku venture dukirawo ku poliisi ate kati yaba afuuse omubbi naye senga akulaga firimu entitled nti laavu ng'alina n'obuvunaanyizibwa obulaga nti yagigula n'agisanga mu kompyuta yo nga tewagigula akwatirewo kati nze ufmi ate nange singa nzija wakola kalayibulare ennaku zino mulina amagezi muddira ne mukola edduuka ly'ebitengi emabega ne muteekayo kompyuta wangi nga erayibulare muzikweka mwebale nnyo tusiima naye tujja bakwata tujja bakola ki singa tusanga layibulare eyo ne tukubuuza layisinsi ekukkiriza okopaleetinga okulaga ekifaananyi n'eddoboozi eriwa nga tolina tukwata ebintu ebyo so si mu kubitwala tetubyetaaga wabula ojje weewandiise ofune layisinsi otwale ebiki bw'omala otwala ebintu byo Ladies Corner agenda kujja oba Gerard oba Kigundu akubuuza omaze ofuna olukusa naye by'otumbira mu kompyuta muno wabigulawa kati ebyo boolina okunnyonnyola oyo nnyini byo kuba ffe ufmi tetunda ki ffe tetutunda firimu era wa ufmi yenna bw'ajja n'agamba nti atunda firimu mubbi ffe obuvunaanyizibwa bwaffe bwa licensing to operate kasi toteekawo library ffe abakukkiriza ogiteekawo ebisigaddemu bibyo oli wadde mbogamba nti kino ekinauganda kye bayita ekijjankunene sikyagala njagala ekinauganda kye bayita bwe kyoba osuubula nga kikinauganda kibakola ki so si ku bukake wabula our mandate okupromotinga local content is tugamba bw'oba otunda ekifaananyi n'eddoboozi 65% waakiri kibeere kinayu lwaki olina muganda wazannya firimu tuziragewa totunda firimu z'abazungu nga toyinaako kina Uganda awo ye konsaani yaffe ufmi wejjira ki naye tetukukaka ate ufmi tegaana muntu kutunda firimu z'abazungu because abantu tulina nabo kye bayita reciprocal agreements tukwatagana mu buki nabo balina CMOs nga wano wetukola ki tetukugaana tunda firimu wabula tugamba ekina Uganda kyotunda ekyo wakigula one ono producer Ladies Corner bajja n'amugulako firimu addira ssente ezo zaaguze n'asasula omuzannyi n'asasula eyayambaza n'asasula eyakola ki are we together naye ono bw'anaateekamu ssente kambawo ekyogeza bw'ateekamu miliyoni 10 tuli fenna aba ayagala publisher gyagigule publisher naye wa business kano kajegere nze bwe mmala ogikola nina bensasula publisher alina okungula publisher wamala oggula bwebalebula ate mwabagula namwabalebula nemulina okuguza abalabi tuli fenna naye kyetwagala era kuli omukulu oyo aliko mukulu Kigundu sooka oyimirire omugongo kuliko watch Uganda build what build Uganda omuzungu oli gwowagira togenda keera ku makya omusange wantu wonna wabula nze ojja kunsanga ono ojja kunsanga kimala wabaawo faces mumanyi muki mu firimu we are here because of you so n'olwensonga eyo kati ekyali ufmi kaswe tukitegedde tukyawudde our mandate is to operate
ey'omuzungu ayina kugitunda ng'alina
ekyo nakyo nakigambe newoba otunda Swaziniga yekka lwansonga nti nze my mandate government olukusa lwe yampa lwa kusoolooza operation because otunda eddoboozi n'ekifaananyi ne bwoba tolinamu kina Uganda nakitya gwe okukkiriza okutunda firimu ezo z'otunda and by the way kati kambasese ufmi teyina lukusa na kukusiba mbolo otunda firimu z'abazungu zokka teyina buvunaanyizibwa ffe tulina buzibu obwo wabula tukikola okupromotinga tugamba at least teekamu okwo ku ki
Kuki na Uganda because tuli mu Uganda. Kati ono omusajja wali ayogedda omuvubuka n'agamba nti ebinyankole ate tutubitwala kubeera bina Uganda. Eyo bagiyita ship factor mu entrepreneurship. Mba njagala ogule ekyange kyenkuleetedde. Nzirira kino kye wasobola okukifuula ekiki. Ekibi but it's the same. Mbarara ne Uganda tuli mu nsi yetya. Byonna bina Uganda. Ekitumisa biri nti bina Uganda it's because biri mu Luganda. Nga tulaba eki Nigeria nti biri mu Luna Nigeria. Kati ekyama kiba kinankole but it's a local content. So bagamba kino si kina Uganda. Maybe abamutuufu olw'ensonga tekiri mu lulimi Luganda. Whatever the way you call it due to the language you used in making it in production, it is what it is called. Naye it is a local what? Local content. Kati today no iba anogamba mbuze ndi wale ibule situna bina Uganda sibiraga kuba tebabigula. Era license eno ine gikola ki? Era filimu gundizo bajjazi kubajja gamba mukebe mu computer yange temuli bina Uganda. Lwaki so license? Our mandate is to give you license to operate your library. Nga KCCA bweko olukuso kudukanya edduka mu kibuga then byogero tundomo oyina okubiwa obuvunanyizibwa wajja obijje wajja obiteeka. Tutegeeraganye neyanziza.
Mpozi mwezekireze just in clarifying UFMI bwe tuba tuzeewo nga twagala kumanya if you have a license kwegane waba otunda za luzungu olina okuba neki ne license yaazo woba ogirina okkirizibwa okutunda swaziniga naye bw'oba nga tolina license ya swaziniga oba mumenyi w'amateeka ndowooza mukitegedde. Kati awo tukukwata kubanga tolina woogijje olina gijja Amerika okitegeera kati